So, oh, okay. Right, on we go then. Lot number 43, Baroda Stud. Here's a lovely colt here by WOOTTON Bassett, the last crop of the great WOOTTON Bassett. Ladies and gentlemen, he is a golden ticket as well. This fellow is a golden ticket. Your opportunity to win a €30,000 voucher off your next horse here at Arqana. If you buy this magnificent colt from Baroda Stud, lovely WOOTTON Bassett, he's a golden ticket, quite literally a golden ticket. Ladies and gentlemen, a magnificent horse here out of a Giant's Causeway mare. Yes, her rank never to get me going out of Allenzy, never to run now, Vudabu cats on meal, cats on meal, do son, Vudabu son meal, never to Allenzy, never to son meal, never to the button basket, come on, never to run the son meal, sank on, Vudabu sank on meal, a sank on meal, never to run the sank on meal, never to run the sank on meal, I've to get a 50 bit, never to run the sank on meal, never to run the sank on meal, I've to get a sank on meal, never to run the come on, Allenzy, never to run the sank on meal, I've to get a 50 bit, never to the button basket going all the time, golden ticket in the ring here, come on, never to run the 50 bid. I'm going to get 50 bid. Never been a lovely individual here with the ball. I'm going to get a 50 bid. Never been, come on, sank on meal. Everyone allowed to join in here as well. A swass on meal. Never been round the swass on meal. I'm going to get a swass on meal. Julie. Never been round the catch of van meal. I'm going to get an 80. Never been catch of van meal of all. Catch of van meal of all. Never been, what do we do? Never been round the sawn meal. I'm going to get a sawn meal vanilla. Never been round the sawn meal. I'm going to get a sawn meal vanilla. Never been round and sawn van meal. I'm going to get a sawn van meal. Never been round the 120 sawn sank on meal. I'm going to get a sawn sank on meal vanilla. Never been a sawn sank on meal. I'm going to get a sawn sank on meal. Launch Sharon fast. A vanilla 150. Never been round sawn catch van meal. I'm going to get a 180. Never been round the 180. 180 bid. I'm going to get a 180 do sawn meal. Never been vanilla. Never been do sawn meal. I'm going to get a 200. Never been round the 2 do sawn meal. I'm going to get a 200. Never been round the 200. 200 bid now. I'm going to get a 200. Never been round the 200 bid. The WOOTTON Bassett here. A do sawn meal. Never been round the do sawn moy. Do sawn van meal vanilla. Never been a do sawn van meal. Launch Sharon fast all the while. And 220 do sawn sanko meal. Julie now would do sawn sanko meal. I'm going to get a do sawn sanko meal. The lovely WOOTTON Bassett here at 250. Never looks every inch a racehorse in his own right as well. Do sawn catcher meal. Do sawn catcher meal. 280. 280 bid. 280 never to now with 280. 280. Where do we want to go from here at 280? 280 at do sawn catcher meal. At do sawn catcher meal. Twas on meal vanille. Bobo vanille. Twas on meal. I'm going to get a 300 never to now. Twas on van meal. Julie. At twas on van meal. At twas on van meal. Never to now. Twas on van meal. As Julie. Long share gouche. At twas on van meal. At twas on van meal. Never to van ring. Long share and fast a gouche Julie. At twas on van meal 320. At 320. WOOTTON Bassett. Twas on sanko meal. Twas on sanko meal. Twas on sanko meal. Contrevue Julie. At twas on sanko meal. 350. 350 bid. At 350. A golden ticket in the ring here as well. Twas on catcher van meal. 380. 380 bid. I'm going to get a 380 is the bid. Never to van at 380. 380. Who's got 400 now? At 380. Golden ticket in the ring. Last crop of the great WOOTTON Bassett. At 3 cats on meal. 400. At 400 bid. At 400 against you again. Julie all the ball at 400. 400 bid. Waiting on your wall here on the left all the time. At 400 bid now. At cats on meal. Never to van at cats on meal. I'm going to get a cats on meal. Never to van going right-handed all the time in front with vanilla all the while. 420. Cats on van meal. Cats on van meal. You're in great company. At Cats on van meal 420. At 450. 450. Cats on sanko meal. Cats on sanko meal. Now, sir, what are we going to do? WOOTTON Bassett. At Cats on sanko meal. Waiting on you. Sanks on meal. 500. 500 bid. 500 bid now. Sanks on meal. 500. WOOTTON Bassett. Looks every inch a racehorse. No against you, Vanille. Has Sanks on meal. My man, Sankson Sankon meal, 550. At 550 bid, Sankson Sankon meal. Sankson Sankon meal. Nobody remembers the second man in the moon, sir. Against you again. Season meal, 600. 600 bid. 600 bid now. 600, long, low and slow, like cooking a casserole at Season meal, 600. At 600 bid, on the ringside all the time at 600, Season Sankon meal, 650. Season Sankon meal, one of your last opportunities to get a great WOOTTON Bassett, sir, at 650. At 650, out of a very good race mare. At 650, looks the type to win the races you want to win as well. At 650, 650 bid now. 680. 680, 670, Season 70 mille, 670, à 670 000, 670. Wicked uneven number. What are we going to do? À 670 000, à 670, going on the ring side then if you have no more. À 670 000, 700 000, 700. 700 bid. Now 20, gentlemen. At 700, 700, 700 000, now 20. Now 10. 710 000, 710. 710. He's nothing if not determined. Have you 20? At 710. Ringside here in front. At 710. He's a magnificent individual with a stallion's pedigree by a great sire. Not making any more by Wootton Bassett. But at 710, I sell in front here on the ringside. Make no mistake about it. Journey 720. 720. 720. Now 30. 730. À 720 000. 730. 740. 740. À 740 000. Still on the right side of a million, gentlemen. Have you 50? À 740 000. 750 000. 750. 750 bid now. At 750. Don't forget he is a golden ticket as well, in more ways than one. But at 750, I sell him here on the ringside against you all further back. At 750 000, dernier fois, dernier chance, fini. 760. 760 000. Gentlemen, every time I go to drop the hammer, something like this happens. At 760. 760 000. Now 70. Yours if you keep going. 770. 770 000. At 770, in front again, the Wootton Bassett. Looks the type to find going very fast, very easy, unlike you gentlemen, but I sell him in front. 800, 800 000, 800 bid. 800 bid now, a 800 000 a roll. 800. 800 bid. What are we going to do now at 800? Are we all quite finished in front? At 800 bid, and I sell them down the very back of the room. Gentlemen, if you have no more, I can do no more for you. Thank you all so much for the help. You've certainly given it a right good throw as well. 800 000 a row at 800. I sell down the back of the room this time. 800 000 a row. La Morto Selev. 800 000 a row. What a shoot. Ross Doyle. Thank you, sir. Well done. 800 buys.
Le lot 44 est présenté par Bally Lynch Stud. C'est un mâle né le 21 février en Irlande. Il est par Lope de Vega et Camilla.